Is this for 4-3? Am I on now? All right, guys. So we got Chris Austin and Ryan McIntire here. This is for 3rd-4th. I've known Ryan for a long time. I met him when he went to VU to get his degree, and he's came a long way, that's for sure. He's beat some really good players this tournament. He beat Ray Schultz earlier. Chris has just beat Randy Johnston. I believe he beat him 7-5. Joining me here in the studios is Dan the Man Levitan, Dan Field.
Hi, Rusty Rogers.
How you doing, Daniel?
Fantastic. I was a little exhausted, but, you know, these great matches have really pepped me up.
Right. So who you liking this match? Let me rephrase that. Who you want to win?
I'll tell you, Ryan's really been playing good today.
Yeah.
Chris Austin is playing phenomenal right now, too. He just broke and made 5 balls on break to get out on the hill.
Yeah, I saw him snap the first ball
Chris Austin might be favored in this. I mean, he's a little more
seasoned, I think.
Yeah, he's a veteran of these tournaments.
I know that you don't have to like playing him if he's breaks on. And, I mean, you could say that about a lot of players, but he's a smart player. He'll play the right safes when he needs to, and he'll go after shots. He's a percentage player. Looks like that ball's almost frozen. Yeah. That's not a bad shot here. It looks like he might just slow roll this and roll him up on the 2-6, or at least behind it, and send the cue ball straight down the table.
I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah. Oh, then again,
he went for that.
Yeah, he did.
And it really didn't turn out too bad.
No, it didn't. Chris, you know, I look for Chris. I play a lot. I used to play his house. I look for him to thin the 1, come off the rail, and lock him right on the back of the 7. I could be wrong. He could just block him. There you go. That was probably the easier. That's a great shot. I'd say he's an underdog to even hit this ball. Not saying he can't, but he's probably 70-30, not even to get a good hit here. But I haven't seen Ryan play in a long time. Strong field to get down to the Final Four. He's going to be hitting good.
Guys, part of this is brought to you by Premier Tax Solutions, the owner, Eric Canary, and he's here. And that's who you want to do your taxes this year. I'm telling you, the guy's great. So, yeah, he's in a tough spot here.
Looks like he's got a 2-rail escape.
2 rails.
About all he's got.
I mean, he can do 1 rail, but he's going to have to use so much. I don't think he can get enough English over this 9 ball to do 1 rail.
I think he spins it 2. I don't know if he hits it or not.
We'll see. It looks like
he's going 1, isn't he?
It looked like he was, and he was trying to put a lot of ride on that and go 1 rail into that. So I'll give Chris ball in hand.
Is Chris going to lock him up again? I just got here. Are we playing a 3-5 rule here?
Oh, we are not.
Oh,
my.
That's brutal.
Oh, my. Look how that came out.
Yeah, I think it's looking like possible. I mean, he's supposed to hit this 1 rail. He might look into 9 here. I look for him to make a good hit here. Surely. Better anyway.
But he definitely needs to hit this. I mean, make Chris work for this.
Yeah. That's a good hit. He got away. Don't scratch.
Yes.
That's strong. He got away with it for sure. He was rewarded.
So we'll see what Chris does with this kick.
Chris didn't really think much of the shot. He just kind of got down and shot it. He was a little frustrated.
It's a little bounce here, and the 1 goes all day. So we'll see if Ryan can put something together right here.
Yeah, I think Ryan drifts down here on the bottom side of the 2 and plays the 2-8. It's so hard on this screen to see if he's looking to see if it goes. If so, he'll play behind it, but it doesn't look like it goes in his pocket. It might.
If it does, it's tight.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think maybe the 2-8's the shot. Ryan's really. I think he realizes the importance of the shot. Everything's pretty much out in the open, so he really has the first chance to get out here. He's kind of taking his time. I don't know much about Ryan's game, but if he plays as slow as Chris, some of us might be late for work Monday.
Jake Solomon. I don't think you called the pub because the pub is not open. But yes, Jake, there was some discrepancy on that age. Jake's from the Terre Haute area. He's hitting it pretty good. Tim. Well, the pub's not open, but your dad might have contacted one of us that was running the event here. And there was some discrepancies in that, Jake. So it was kind of a last-minute thing that it may not technically be correct. So it was running the event here. And there was some discrepancies in that, Jake. So it was kind of a last-minute thing that it may not technically be correct. So it was running the event here. And there was some discrepancies in that, Jake. So it was kind of a last. But we're here in Evansville, Indiana. Jake, no, I can't give you any future references. This is an event by event venue. So you'll have to check with every event.
All right, so Caleb's laying pretty good for the combo. It's hard to see if it goes by the 8. I guess we'll know in a few seconds. Or is that Austin? That's Chris at the table. My fault. I guess I should stop texting and pay attention. Be interesting to see what he does here. Can't tell if the 3 goes in between the 7 and 9. Looks like it might. He may just lock him on the 4. Did squeeze by there. That was a great shot. Backing line he is. He should get out here.
Tyler Cordova joined. Will Freeman joined. Shout out to those guys. Todd Higgs. Danny Cravens.
What's up, Danny?
You got Rusty Rogers and Dan Field here in the booth commentating.
Ooh, needs a kiss. And he got it. He'll probably just stun down if he can get there. Use the rail. He's going to use the rail. So Chris is going to jump out to the early 1-0 lead.
We've got a little bit of technical difficulty going on with comments on the stream. I'm working on it right now. Steve Boyer says, Rusty, man, how you been?
I've been all right. My fiance and I met with our preacher is going to marry us. We're getting married February 2nd, 5 p.m. A little premarital counseling today, so I'm pretty excited about that. Actually, she just shot me a message. I want to give her a shout out. Hey, baby, I love you. And I think her daughter Susie's watching. Hi, Susie. So I've been fine. Looks like we have Caleb to break here. Alternating break format. 1-0 Chris. Oh, excuse me, Ryan. I met Ryan years ago when he went to VU. And we used to play a lot of pool at the student union. And he's came a long way since. I haven't seen him hit a ball in probably 2 years. But to get down to the Final Four, I know he's beaten some really strong players here in the last couple of days. Pretty proud of him.
See what he can do here on this break.
Nice break.
Got a wing ball. See if this is, got out of the way for him there.
It's not an easy one, but it's makeable for sure.
Absolutely. At least he can see it.
Yeah. The cue ball out of the pocket and at least seeing the next lowest ball is about the best you can hope for at 9 ball. There's that 2 ball.
We got Joseph on here. Joseph, there is one of the other video links on the On Cue Facebook page. We'll have your match on it. Got the pleasure of playing Joseph a little bit myself last night. He's getting back into pool. He's playing pretty good. I think he's somebody to watch out for in the next couple months. Ronnie Brown joined.
What's up downtown, Ronnie Brown?
It was a good shot by Ryan McIntire.
Was a good shot. It's a good little tester. And actually, it's pretty easy. I say easy from here. He should, as long as he stays in line, he should be fine.
Take another look at this table. See here. I can't tell myself if that 2 goes past that 8.
If it doesn't, I like this shot. I shoot him pretty good. I like to play the carom off the edge of the 7 ball and just let it trickle in. It actually lays pretty good for it. The 3's hanging, so we don't have to do much with the cue ball. I think he's going to see that shot and shoot it if it doesn't go. Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
That's a good shot.
As long as his ball doesn't roll up in his way.
Ooh, I think he just got away with it.
Yeah, I think he got away with that.
And he plays a stop shot here, and the 4's in the corner. That was a really good shot.
Danny, I don't know that I'm going to make it to the Derby this year, but I'm going to give it a try. Ronnie Brand wants to know if we got the bracket. We do. Thanks, Ronnie.
All right, so he's got a decision to make here. He can look to try to get real good on the combination or play position. I think he plays position on the 5 for the combo. He's been shooting really good, not hurrying things. I look for him to make this. If he doesn't, hopefully for him, the 5 comes over somewhere over here in the middle of the table, bottom rail, and doesn't leave Chris a real great shot. I think he hits it with a little speed, and he makes this. That's a good shot.
Very good shot.
All right. We're all knotted up at 1 here. Dan, have you been coming down here to a lot of these events or what? I haven't made it down. I've been working a lot.
I'm the event coordinator for this particular event.
Been playing a lot of them is what I meant to say.
No.
Been too busy running them.
You know, when you're involved in a tournament, there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, it's hard to focus for sure.
So 1-1, Chris Olsen gets a break. He's been breaking really good. We'll see what happens here. We'll watch these wing balls. See if that 5 goes right in the corner.
It's a really good break. Control the break. I don't think he got on the 1 like he wanted to. I look for him to thin it, come off the rail, and come down table towards the 9 and hook him. If he's feeling froggy, he could bake at 1 rail. It does go. That was a good shot. That'd be why Chris is still in the tournament. Connect the dots from here. Someone of his level, he should be out for sure. So the winner of this match, for those of you who haven't been in tune all day, is going to play Skyler Woodward. Skyler Woodward was defeated in the hot seat match by Fedor Gorst, 7-4, I believe.
He doesn't have to like this shot.
No.
But he hit it center pocket, so.
He hit it real well. He'll just pop off the rail and play the 9 in the same pocket he just played the 7 in. And he'll go up 2-1. Be interesting to see if Chris hits a gear. You know how Ryan handles that. I haven't seen him play a while, but I know Chris can get on a roll and sort of intimidate some of the amateur players. Or lull him to sleep, one of the two.
Well, here we go. Chance for Ryan McIntire to tie this up. Oof.
Oof.
That's a bad break for Ryan.
I don't know if the one goes by there, but I could kind of see Chris.
Let's take an overhead look here.
I can see Chris playing the carom here off the one. Just thinning the one, playing the 9 in the corner. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's a shot I like to shoot. I mean, if the one just goes by it, then he just runs out. But I don't think it does. It might. You won't be able to do much with the key ball because you'll have to slow roll it. What do you think he's doing?
I don't know. I don't rule out a safety here.
Yeah. Oh
wow!
Who the hell saw that? That was insane. I wouldn't have. I really thought you were right there at the last minute. He was just gonna bank the 1-2 rails and just lock him on the 9, but I didn't even see that. I think Ryan goes after the 9 here. I mean, he should. I think that was a brain fart.
I don't think he has anything else he can do here.
No,
I mean, unless he just wants to bank the one up table.
Yeah. I don't necessarily not like the rail first shot on the one off the 9 in the corner. If he doesn't feel comfortable, I think he just go after the 9 right here.
Yeah. I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, maybe try to leave the. Oh, I hit it bad. If he gets up there by the side, he might have got away from it. No, I think Chris makes this. So Chris is going to get out the Ginsu knife, do a little slicing here. Hit it really good.
Good speed.
Yeah, I predict 3-1 here in about a minute and a half. Well, maybe 4 minutes. It is Chris Austin shooting. He's gonna make quick work of this. Got a nice angle. I like going 2 rails here. He may load up with a touch inside and just come 1. I don't know how he likes to play this. Yeah, 2. Got a little straight on this ball, but I think he'll be fine. He'll pop it off the rail.
So that'll put Chris at 3.
Yeah.
And if you notice, Chris Austin's shooting a little faster, and he's not known to be a fast player. So when you see him shooting faster, he's gotten a place where he's comfortable.
Absolutely. And that's dangerous for anybody playing him.
So we'll see what happens after this break, if he keeps it up, if he free strokes the rest of this match.
Chris, see if Chris can park this cue ball on the center table.
Charles Elrod joined.
Yes, he did. Well, he got a kiss. He did park it, but he got a little kiss.
Don says we should have got Sky and Fedor in here. That's true. I was in here a little bit with Sky last night, and we were practicing our Australian accents. Sky was pretty good at it. I'm sure I was horrible.
I'm not exactly sure what Sky's doing right now, but I know Fedor grabbed something to eat after his match with Sky earlier. Oh, whoa. Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Chris, I don't know.
Chris got a roll there.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that again to see if he was measuring up that or playing a 2-way, but I don't know. That's what you got to love about Nightball. He'll definitely take that.
Well, the other person doesn't have to love it.
No, he doesn't. at all. No.
That's the kind of thing right there that, you know,
No minutes.
will start to wear at you. You just got to shake it off. You got to grind it out.
Yep, that's why I like 8-ball. Call your pockets. So Chris is up 4-1. I don't think Ryan's gonna be bothered too much by that. I mean, he's probably a little frustrated, but he plays enough 9-ball to that happens. He needs a break and run here. Put a little pressure on, let Chris know he's still in the game. I like Ryan can do this. No.
Tanya, you going to give us lessons on the Australian thing? Riser blades. Sky actually is the one that taught me to say riser blades. We had a little bit of fun with that last night. Well, so Ryan played a pretty good safe here.
Yes, he did. The problem with jumping this shot here is, and he's not even going to attempt it, is you have to jump over the 3 as well. So he's going to go for the 2-rail kick. I think that one does cut. But he's got to avoid some traffic to come around for the next ball. I don't know. I think he has to hit the 1 so thin. It looks like the next thing that's going to happen is the cue's going to come off the 8.
It looks like it may hit the 8 square almost.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. He definitely don't want it carrying him in the pocket. He could play safe here. He does. I like that. I think he did get away with it. Yeah, he left Chris a jump. And I think Chris is definitely going to jump this. I don't see a rail to kick out of this with. A lot of good things can happen.
Well, he can go 2-rail, but I think he can see it.
Oh, he can see the edge of it. Wow, it's so hard to see. I think I'd be getting a ref over here. Look at this. Looks pretty close. It's so hard on this monitor to see if he can make a hit on that. I don't know if he can or not, man. It's close.
Haha, Tanya.
He's getting the Mr. Jump cue out, so Ryan did hook him. He's going to get Shorty out and probably try to bank the one rail and just play a stop. Maybe hook him behind the, was that the 2? Yeah. Didn't go, but Chris is actually a pretty good jumper.
It is. If he's trying to S1 rail over the side, which I don't know if it goes. Yeah, he was just trying to play safe, I think.
It's a good shot. So stay in control of the table. That's very important in 9-ball when you can't run out. Chris just did that. Caleb's he's gonna kick at it 1 rail.
Ryan.
I keep calling him Caleb.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, he couldn't do that again. Going in between those 2 balls and scratching was crazy.
I think Ryan's just feeling a little bit of pressure right here. Like I said, he's been shooting good all day. I don't agree with this, but
I don't either.
I mean, he's pretty straight. Chris likes it. He knows his game. He's going to shoot it.
Yeah. Same result either way. I think Chris gets out if he just runs him out too. There's nothing tied up.
But, Chris is up 4-1. He's not actually free stroking, but he's maybe getting there.
It's not over, is it?
So I think someone is taking a
Bathroom break or something.
quick break real quick. Chris is going to hit some balls. Scott Thomas. Yes, Sky is playing in this event. And so is Fedor Gorst.
Yeah. Guy's a machine.
Along with Ryan McIntire, Chris Austin. The winner of this match goes on to play Sky.
Yeah, it looks like at this rate we're going to have a little little rematch between Skyler and Chris Austin. Now, Chris did jump off to, I believe, a 3-0 lead. I was watching earlier before I got down here, and you know, Sky, you know, he grinded it out, and I know there was a couple rolls here and there, but I mean, Sky steamrolled him. You know, from then the last rack he made, I believe Chris pushed out, and Sky pushed out. Sky pushed out, and Chris gave it back to him, and Sky just jumped a sliver of the edge out and got out, and then he had to make a jump shot later on that, and that game was phenomenal. But that's what he does. He makes phenomenal shots. Chris is going to stay in stroke here while Ryan gets back.
Yes. Whoever broke first goes on odd number games. This would be their 7th game. So it's their 7th game. Whoever breaks first goes on all the odds. Let me see if I can get the bracket pinned over here. Got a lot of folks asking for the bracket. I'll see if I can find it. Pat Hunsacker joined.
So Dan, who had Fedor down 5 or 6 to 1, and then he came back 1? Who was he playing when that happened?
That was Yarbert. Trying to remember the first name on that. He's a great player, and I don't know. It's one of those. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. Anybody out there?
Is
in
it
the chat
Joey?
room? Joey.
Joey Yarbert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he had Fedor 6 to 1, and Fedor came back to win that match.
That's super strong on alternate breaks. Up 6-1, you got several breaks there in the middle to break and run. So, you know, he's a great player, but I tell you what, he probably feeling some pressure. It's a big deal to have a player like that down 6-1. Just couldn't close it out. I shared all these so I can watch them later. I'll have to watch that match. I'd love to see how he got him down 6-1.
Bernard, is this allowed during a tournament? I don't know what you're talking about, Bernard.
Is one allowed? What's he talking about? Streaming? Is that allowed during the tournament? I mean,
Tanya, that's a good idea for me to pin it.
all right, so back to the action here.
Is the score right, by the way?
The score is right. It's 5-1. Chris does not have to like it from here. He's not going to come offensive here, I don't think, even up 5-1. He's such a smart player. He's going to thin the 5. Probably try to bring the cue ball around 3 rails to the other side over where he's at now.
Tanya, the bracket is
Oh, he went
pinned.
after the bank. Of course he did. He's at 5. And Ryan will make him pay for that. He'll get out here. That's the reason why. I don't know. You can't play those shots against pros or good top-notch players. He was supposed to play a safety there, but up 5-1. I mean, he's free stroking. But he will.
Oh, everybody was talking about apparently about Chris doing his practice shots during the tournament while Ryan took a brief break.
That's usually not frowned upon too much. I mean, you don't ever see it in pros. That pros usually sit down and just kind of chill, but so pinning anything crazy should be 5-2. Look for Ryan just to draw us back a hair. Maybe punch it off the rail. I can't really see the angle. Yeah. Good shooting, Ryan.
Yeah, this will put him back into it.
And who just broke that? Did Chris break that?
Chris broke that.
That's too bad. So
Ryan wins that game and gets the break.
So that's good. If he breaks and runs here, he's back in at 3-2 or 5-3. If he can break and run here, and that puts a little pressure on Chris. Can't let a player like Chris get comfortable, get a big lead. I mean, that's the reason why he didn't play safe there. If it's 5-5, I don't think Chris goes after that bang shot. He had a pretty easy safe. Could have thinned it and come 3 rails behind that ball in his way, which, but safe to say Chris is a little better than I am, so who am I to try to tell him how to play? Was using a magic rack ever even talked about on this event?
No.
Yeah, I didn't figure it was.
Now, what Ryan doesn't want to do here, and I thought I saw it a little bit, was having a little trouble racking those balls and maybe going forward to the spot a little bit. That changes the way those wing balls are coming off towards those pockets.
Absolutely. And we'll see if that 8 goes in there. Yeah, I think that was a great call, Dan. I really do. I think he racks it back a little bit. That 8 goes right in that pocket. Now he did make a ball.
Yeah, he made two balls.
I didn't see that. He scratched. So yeah, Chris will punish him for that. He'll get out here. I mean, he should. He's been just shooting too good not to. So Chris is going to get on the hill here in a few minutes.
Now this should be relatively easy from here.
Yeah. I don't look for him to have any problems. Every ball seems to connect him to the next one.
Well,
he don't have to like that. I think when he got on that 5, he wanted to come down a little bit more so he could have drug it down on that, He's running away from the 8 ball here. I'm not saying he's an underdog to get out from here.
but he got on the wrong side of the ball.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's me, I go ahead and cut this ball in the corner and just go down to the rail and back up. I don't know.
He might.
He might just miss
Travel
that
through.
side pocket, yeah, and travel around the table.
You know.
We'll find out.
He may. I don't know. I don't see him doing this, but he's not going to thin the 6 and make the 8. He could, but then I don't like this. Yeah, he's going to.
He may send his cue down to the 9. Who knows?
I don't think he. I think he comes 3 rails from position. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Well, that is a break that Ryan needed. He's going to clean this up real quick, and it's going to be 5-3. That was uncharacteristic, I think. This is how you get beat 9-ball in short races. A botched shot last game because he was up 5-1. Now it's 5-2, and then he misses a shot he shouldn't miss. Now it's 5-3.
And that'll put Ryan at 3.
Go Ryan.
Ryan McIntire, Chris Austin, race to 7 here at the pub in Evansville, Indiana. Like us on Facebook, share it. Even if you're watching it yourself, go ahead and share it too. Share it on your page. This is great. We're gonna have some great matches coming up along with this one that everybody's gonna want to watch later. Watch it now. You can come on down to the pub. We have food and drinks. You can watch this live. You can see Skyler Woodward, the MVP of the Moscone Cup. And apparently we have vodka lemonades for $2. So come on down. Well, does Greg want to come in here?
I didn't even ask him. I don't know if he can see. You know him pretty good.
Greg Carey? Yeah.
Grace is in here. You want to comment? Sure. Yeah. Come on, commentate.
Come on, take over.
Can't do it. I'm not smart enough. All right.
April Blummer joined. Hi, April. Mike Davis joined. Hi, Mike. Does that mean you're home finally? Well, that was a good shot. I don't know if he got away with it. I think he hooked himself.
No, I think he can make it, but I don't think he has to like it. I think he can spin it in with inside English. It's pretty close. No, apparently not.
Wow.
He ain't gonna like this. But
He might.
he's at the table. He'll like it.
Yeah, I mean, he went from no shot to shooting this.
He welled at it and got rewarded. Now he just cuts it in and comes on the other side of the 8-9 and gets out. Maybe. Ooh. Well, we'll see how he's playing here. He could bank it cross-side. Key buckle 3 rails.
He's banking it back at him. Yeah.
He keeps rolling on top balls. He got a nice little kiss
Look at
there.
that.
I'd say he's out from here.
He should be.
That was well struck. Chris is going to get on the hill.
And that puts Chris at 6. Ryan McIntire at 3. It is Ryan's break. We'll see what happens here. Tyler Cordova, if anybody out there on the chat is apparently looking for some beauty tips on hair gel and hairspray. Yeah, Chris is shooting faster than I've seen him shoot also. He's not known to be a speed shooter. So for him to shoot that fast means he's feeling pretty comfortable.
Yes, yeah, he is.
So here's Ryan with the break here. See what happens.
See if he can keep the cue ball in the pocket this time.
Look at that. Doesn't count, but just look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at that?
Well, it looks like he's going to shoot the one off the 8 corner.
I think it goes clean.
Does it go clean?
Mm.
Not optimal position on the 2, but he's still at the table, so that's...
You know, and that was probably really smart of Ryan. I mean, you know, I thought it went clean. That means I probably shoot it and miss it. I hit the edge of it trying to go in, and he just goes in and takes that out of the equation and plays off of it.
He's a good player.
Yes, Chris is shooting way better this match than he did against Sky earlier. And if Chris wins this, he does get a rematch with Skyler Woodward.
That was a tough shot.
It's close.
Yeah. What the hell was that? Is that a bad hit?
I'm pretty sure he miscued.
Yeah. Usually when you're up by a table, you can hear that, but that's ball in hand. I don't know what he was smoking there, but... Okay. Ryan was like, he was a little reluctant to take that ball. I didn't think he believed his ball in hand. He was like... So...
Yeah, I think Chris just miscued on that.
He had to have.
I hear him now over there tapping his tip.
So let's see if Caleb plays the 2-9 on the side or just tries to get out. Yeah, he's just going to run out. If he gets deep down there for the 3 on the side, he's probably a favorite to get out. I would have came a lot farther than that, but he should be okay. Maybe.
Well, he's playing a little bit tight right now.
Yeah, he is. And from the monitor, it looks like he's going to cut this in and use the 4 ball to stop him, but I don't think he's going to have to worry about where that 4 goes. Just checking it out right now. It might go off that 8 corner or close. Yeah.
So he's kicking at this ball. What happens here? That is a horrible break
Yeah,
for Ryan McIntire. He may not get back to the table.
And I think Ryan finishes fourth. It's a good showing for him. I think Chris gets out here. Okay. Chris is out.
Deborah Woodward says she's doing great.
Hi, Debbie.
We had the pleasure of seeing Deb yesterday. It was very good to see her out and about. Anytime she's around, it's a pleasure. So thank you for coming over, Deb.
She's a hoot.
See what Chris does here. I'm guessing he's going 2 rails. Looks like 3.
Yeah, 2 rails in the side pocket. Yeah, he's got a little bit of cut on this, but I think he slow rolls this in and draws it.
He's supposed to make these 2 balls.
Yeah, I think he plays them both in the same.
So
pocket.
he may get his rematch against Skyler Woodward. Skyler beat him in an earlier match.
I'm gonna make a strong prediction right here. I think Sky runs over him. I think Sky wins another shot at Fedor.
And that will do it for the Chris Austin-Ryan McIntire match. Chris wins that against Ryan. Ryan had one terrific showing down here at this tournament. Played absolutely great. So I want to congratulate Ryan McIntire.
I'm gonna go see if somebody else wants to sit in here. I'd like to watch this match live.
Yes, Steve. Ryan really did great. He beat some. He was an underdog in a lot of these matches that he had upsets in. So I don't know where he's been shooting or what he's been doing, but he's definitely been playing somewhere. So we'll get back to you. Our next matchup is going to be spectacular.
Hello, Daniel.
Hi, Derek Bivens.
I like the way you say my last name.
Do I say it wrong?
No, you say it perfect. I'm just saying, just say hello, Derek. Then
That's right. We got Derek Bivens in here. We're going to take a short break, at least I am, until we get the next match streaming here. So stay tuned, like and share this with your friends. We're going to have Chris Austin and Skyler Woodward coming up. What is it, like midnight?
no. Are you booth now, or are you booth
I can do the next one.
I want you. Yeah.
Testing, testing. Let's get Skyler's name looking a little more professional. I am. Are they ready for me? Can I play the winner? I'm ready to play whoever. I'm on fire. All right, I guess they're underway. Skyler won the flip. Oh no, he's just practicing. All right, we're not underway yet. Let's get a little interactive here, and I'm pretty sure I know where some people are leaning, but if you're rooting for Chris Austin and you're able to press 1 in the chat, go ahead and do so now. And if you are rooting for Sky Woodward, press 2. Let me see if anyone has the heart to show that they're rooting for Chris out in the open. Nicholas Roberts has money on Sky. Any takers? I mean, that's... Someone has to show a little courage and press the 1 button. Come on, man. Not one single one. I'm seeing way too many 2s right now. No one likes rooting for the underdog. Oh, there we go. Sean Maurer. I'm guessing Sean Maurer, it was a, that might have been an accident, a typo. Oh, David, there you go. Dale, we got some late 1s coming in. I like that some people in here are rooting for the underdog. Gail Cato is definitely going for Skyler. Skyler wins the flip. And let's see if Chris accepts this rack. Ronnie Brown. I mean, how many do you think Chris will win? Well, it looks like Sky has fixed his break when he was playing Fedor. He was having issues making that wing ball, but he makes it on the first try there. Nice cut shot on the 1, and he gets rewarded with a nice shot on the 3. 4 looks a little tricky now, since the 6 has come into the picture, but he's going to take a look at it now. He might have to take a long, thin cut on it. A lot of people have been wondering if Dan will be coming back, and I have some good news for everybody.
I'm back. Dan Field here, along with Derek Bivens, for one of the greatest matches Evansville has ever seen. And this is kind of a grudge match. These two played earlier. There was some words spoken. At one point, I thought it was going to break out into a fist fight. It was pretty riled up. I had to break things up.
That's
so
unfortunate.
We'll see what happens.
It came to that. Now, Skyler has won. He won the flip, and this is all from the first break.
Wow.
He has a thin little cut on the 4. He got pretty good on it. If he avoids the 7, it looks like he can get to the 5 pretty easily.
Now, I will mention that the words that were spoken in the fist fight was not Chris and Skyler. But it happened somewhere here in the pool hall.
What, there was a fist fight?
No.
Oh.
But some words were spoken.
Oh, by somebody?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like we're doing right now. But no, this is kind of a grudge match. Sky won earlier against Chris.
So this is like redemption for Chris Austin right here.
Sky got a little out of line on this ball. But he is the MVP of the Moscone Cup, so.
And potential MVP of the Dan Cup.
Absolutely. He's already got my vote.
Ooh, he makes it. Gets a little tricky on the 9.
Get a little bounce. Yeah, he didn't get the bounce off the rail, but again, it's Skyler Woodward.
Whoa.
Well,
I will say that
someone just told Chris good out.
I mean, he shot perfect that right.
Yeah, he didn't miss a ball.
Let's go ahead and give Chris his due.
Well, thank you, Joseph.
Now,
it was a pleasure having you over here. Go ahead, Derek. I'm sorry.
We took a little poll earlier before you came in on who was cheering for Chris and who was cheering for Sky. And believe it or not, a majority of the people are rooting for Skyler Woodward.
Wow.
There was a few people rooting for Chris, but I think they're more rooting for the underdog, let alone, Chris. I think whoever Skyler's opponent may be, that I think they're just want to see a good match. And so far, this match, Chris is playing lights out.
Yeah, so far he hasn't missed a ball.
And there's I think Drake playing in the background. That was Chris's request.
We don't own the rights to any of this music.
I own the rights to half of Drake's songs.
Really?
Let's see. He makes a ball, does not get rewarded unless
that may be lined up.
Do you have your phone or a piece of paper? We're gonna use a brush. Looks like it's coming a little short. Now, can you use a cue ball to change the trajectory of the
Yeah, he can definitely throw this.
Now, that angle looks...
Yeah, that angle looks like he can't throw that in that pocket. That angle almost looks like it hits the first diamond on the end rail.
Jason, there is no 2 in the back rule.
Now, do you know that for certain?
Yeah, Mickey addressed it when he was on stream.
Okay.
There's no pattern right. Oh, the combo is not dead, so Dan...
He did try to throw that. He got pretty close to it.
He put the 2 in a funky spot, so if Skyler gets on the rail...
Yeah, Sky's going to go look at it right now.
Let's go back to this.
He's looking at it right now to see what he wants to do.
I think he can make it if he lands flat. But if he doesn't land flat, there's a gap. So coming off the rail is an option. Dan, you're going to have to put it on silent. Well, he doesn't love the shot because he's taking his time on it. I just think it's hard to just... Oh, well, look, here we go. Dan, you're going to miss a good shot.
Oh, I'm watching.
Ooh, no love. I think he was trying to come under the 5 and bump it. Now, can you play safe here where you kind of kick into the 2 and leave the cue ball behind the 5? Or do you think he's going straight for the make even though the 3's on the other end of the table?
I think he goes for this. I think he may be able to shoot it straight in, believe it or not. We'll see. No, he
goes rail first.
Yeah.
Gets shaped. Good shot.
Look at this.
That'll be on the Dan Cup highlight reel for sure.
That's why he's Skyler Woodward.
That was a top 10 shot. And
So Sky's looking to even this up here. He's surely not happy that that 9-ball hung up.
who's
But-
Charlie?
He's staying in line for all these shots.
Yeah, but that's the thing with him. He doesn't really have to stay in line. I know he missed the 9 earlier, but I think he made sure not to come too far this time. That's good. You don't have to shoot it. 1-1.
1-1 in the grudge match of the century.
The Dan Cup might be known as the best tournament Evansville has ever had.
Maybe in the entire country.
No, that's taking it too far. But like realistically, this has been a very exciting tournament. The loser will finish in third. I'm really digging Skyler's jersey or shirt, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hello, Palm Coast, Florida.
If it's like real silky, I bet it's real comfy to shoot in. I hate shooting t-shirts, but like it's the only thing I own. I don't have any like button-ups
Well,
or tank tops or nothing. That looks like a comfortable shirt to play pool in.
At least you're not shooting shirtless. If we played doubles, we could do skin shirts. We know
If they're
who was on what team.
I'm on the shirts. All right, so now see stuff like this came up earlier. Remember when he kicked at the one to get with the set versus.
Yeah,
I mean, this isn't the exact shot, but like he could.
it was close. It was the 3-1 up in this corner.
That's pretty strange. From the overhead view, it looks like he can see the one, but then when you switch to this view, it looks like he cannot see it at all.
Okay, well, the overhead does have a bit of a fish eye to it, so you don't get an actual layout of the table. The overheads are really hard to do. We hand built this overhead light with plexiglass for a camera in the top.
Yeah. Well, Skyler's shirt is made by Lights Out Apparel, so I'm not sure if you can go to that website and buy a shirt just like it. If you can, that's awesome. If you cannot, Lights Out makes a pretty cool little pool shirt. Push out an option here?
Absolutely, and I think that's what he's doing.
No. He's,
So earlier, Sky played a push, and Chris looked at it for a while and gave it back, and Sky jumped up and just slam-pocketed the ball and got out.
yeah, he had to hop over like a 16th of a ball,
Yeah.
which was still a hard shot. I would say that's not like a very high percentage shot to make, but he made it look pretty easy. But I don't fault Chris for passing it back, man.
No,
like Chris knows what he's looking at, and he figured that he was an underdog to make
And
the
he
shot.
probably played those percentages, but I mean, I don't know how you do percentages against Sky Woodward. I mean,
he shot the ball 100 miles an hour, so I don't think Chris will pass this back.
no, definitely not.
But if I'm at the table, I'm thinking, what will Skyler do if I pass this back to him? Like, I'm thinking there might be some sort of safe, but can you cut? This looks like it's cuttable from that angle. Let's try a different angle, see what it looks like.
I think he plays safe.
Banks it up and leaves it behind the 5. I think it's hard to hold it behind the 3,
It is hard.
but I think the 5's pretty easy to get behind. I like playing safe behind the 5 here.
He's going to think about it.
I wouldn't even fault Chris. Like, you're a big underdog. You're playing the...
Ashley has just commented on the stream about the Lights Out apparel.
Do you think I can get...
Look at that, 10% off. Thanks, Ashley. Ashley
Chris goes for the shot.
is
Doesn't
in a
hold
relationship with Sky.
He did not hold the
And
cue.
we thank you for that 10% discount.
He failed to hold the cue ball behind the 5, and he leaves the 1. Yeah, if I get one of these shirts, I'm probably gonna have like Barney put on the back, man. I don't know if I can.
That's a great idea. And you know, I haven't been to Lights Out. Maybe they can customize that.
Makes the combo. Good shot. Let's see if anything ties up. Nope. Yeah, Chris didn't pass it back. He took on the shot, but he didn't. He didn't hold the cue ball behind the 5, and he kind of got a little reckless. But what I was saying a second ago, Chris's slow play, I think, is sometimes intentional, meant as a shark. But it's just like Fedor with the tickling of the one ball. There's nothing against it, and there's, it's unethical, but there's nothing against Chris's slow play. I'm not a fan of it, but I don't think it really bothers Skyler, though. Obviously, it doesn't. It takes him 2 seconds to run the rack out.
Yeah. This guy's confident enough and knows enough that, he knows what he's going to do. And he just gets up there and makes balls.
Well, I think you look good in one of those shirts that has, if it had Daniel on the back. And Skyler takes a 2-1 lead. Chris's break.
2-1. Skyler Woodward, Chris Austin, Evansville, Indiana.
Nothing really happened earlier. It's just the way Chris is. Chris is he's kind of he can be a sore loser, or not really a sore loser, but a bad loser and a bad winner. He has this way, like when he's trying to pay you a compliment, but like disrespect you at the same time.
There was a few words about the rack, and I see Sky just came over to check Chris's rack.
Here we go.
And it looks like conversation. Yeah, they're having a little conversation right now.
The only thing that I will relay about the only thing I'll relay about their conversation after their first match, somehow Chris brought up that there's. Oh Lord. See, now here's Mickey's out there, Dan. Alright. So they're having issues. I guess Skyler has just checked Chris's rack. And he was really right there. They got it. They're good now. That was Mickey right there. Oh. This makes for an awkward match, but hopefully Chris can kind of cool down and not get so triggered.
Yeah. Chris wants to just take a second here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Earl Strickland syndrome. Chris makes a ball in a break, and it looks like the one passes the 2. I don't think he would play the combo. We'll take a different look at this. Problem is, if you shoot it in the side, the cue ball goes towards the 9. Maybe, see what he comes up with. He plays it straight in. Oh, he can back cut this to the side. That was a good shot. Good speed.
Well, Chrissy's want to know, or apparently Chrissy has the rules at home. Just kidding, Chrissy. I don't know anything about that two in the back. Mickey, who's the tournament director for this actual tournament that we're finishing today, he said that there is no rule with the two in the back. So we have to go with what the tournament director said. Danny, I'm gonna watch that. We're gonna see what happens. But yes, we just had some more conversation about the rack. Chris got very heated.
Yeah, and usually on these little heated confrontations, the room gets awkwardly silent. But at least we have Post Malone in the background. So it's not so bad. Actually, this might not be Post Malone, sorry. But we don't own the rights to this music. Only the Drake songs. Pounds it forward. See, now this could help Chris a little, even though he doesn't know it.
Yeah,
If he
because
gets
Chris is a little fired up here.
He might speed up his pace, and
he's playing good.
I think he plays worse when he like slow plays himself. That had a good touch on it.
It did. I was almost expecting him to come past that, but he held it.
Well, I would prefer a ref to rack during the Skyler Fedor match. This one I'm not really that concerned with, but this all stemmed earlier from when Chris checked Skyler's rack and informed him that the back ball was off. And Skyler said, "I don't care, move out of the way, let me break. It's rack your own, I like the way they're at. The table racks what's tough." Now this is interesting, man. Skyler did none of this versus Fedor. He never did touch his own rack. So now he's doing it against Chris, so who knows? Skyler probably has the best breaks in the tournament right there.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's see what happens here.
But in return, we might see a pissed off Skyler also. So
Absolutely.
this might backfire on Chris. I mean, I don't want to play Skyler whether he's mad, happy. There's not a single mood where I think I've got to beat him, but I'd say whenever he's like got a little fire going, like he's making quick work of this track.
He is.
He came
and
a
still,
far.
I mean, landing perfect.
You think that's? I mean,
like
he'll
it.
be fine. Yeah, he'll go down bottom rail and back up.
I mean, in his mind, that was perfect because he's just going to make all these balls and beat Chris. That's exactly what he's thinking right now.
Mainly because he has this cool
The shirt.
lights out apparel shooter shirt. Comes a little far, but he should be able to handle it. These guys shoot off the rail really well. This does resemble that shot from the first rack, but he makes it center of the pocket.
Absolutely. He's fired up.
No one's
Chris
clapping.
is fired up.
No one's clapping because the room was awkwardly silent still from that.
You can hear crickets chirping right now. Deb, you're probably right. Now then.
I mean, they look from the overhead view.
Yeah, let's switch views for everybody at home.
It's going to be hard to see from any other view, straight or not.
Yeah, that one right there. Let's look, see. Okay, now here's a better view for everybody at home.
Looks straight to me.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on the 5. 5 ball was nowhere near wired. And it looks like he has broke dry. unfortunate dry break, Chris, for all the Chris Austin fans out there.
Well, we'll see. Skyler makes quick work of this.
Joe says the cameras are not straight. Man, I think his neck's not straight. Kidding, Joe. Looks straight to me. But anyways, looks like Skyler's making quick work of another one.
And you know, I can't tell if it's straight all the time or not. I'm using a braille monitor because I'm sight impaired.
Mm-hmm.
So
A lot of people don't know that about you.
yeah, so it's really rough for me to commentate on these pool matches sometimes. I have to feel where the balls are at on this braille monitor.
I sometimes hold Dan's hand and hold his index finger and point to the screen. But
I used a cane for a while and I cracked one of the expensive braille monitor screens. So
all right, Skyler,
back to the fingers.
That rack. It's 4-2, and it's still awkwardly silent outside, but it's all right. Deborah's glad she's not here today. She
I know what you're talking about, Deb, and we might be glad you're not here too. Deb is a Spitfire, and she would not hold back. Let's just say that. That is her son, and she's a very protective mother.
Well, it's a good thing.
I heard she almost went to jail in London actually when they were over for the Moscone Cup. There was a band of hooligans from coming out of a soccer match apparently, and one of them started to harass someone, and I think Deb took on the entire gang of them.
Nice.
The police understood. They let her go.
Well, we got a rare dry break by Skyler, and Chris, I feel like should be able to have a nice safety here.
Yeah, and you know these cameras, guys, we stick them up with our hand and we just kind of aim it over the table, so
Man,
we're not using any
cares if it's
lasers.
crooked? Like, it shouldn't be an issue. Like,
And with me using the braille cameras,
let's commentate the match. I feel like Chris can come around the table and put the one behind these balls, like so, but he might have overhit it. He needs a 3 to
I
help.
think he did. I think he left Skyler out.
Straight in. The 4 ball is an issue still. I don't know if he can draw into the 8 here and free up the 4. Is that the 2 or the 4 that's stuck to the 8?
I think that's the 4.
It's the 4. So he's not going for the breakout here. It's like, well, I guess he'll use he'll have to use the 3 to break up the 4. Oh, what happened here? I thought Scott made a good.
I think the cue ball. I don't know what happened.
Did he possibly graze? The 8 and the 4 didn't move. That's weird.
Let's ask all the viewers at home what happened.
Because we're not watching. We're watching what the chat's saying instead of watching the match. Combo might be wired. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I mean that's what he looks like. What he's going for right here. He's aiming it.
Oh, there's a big gap there. I thought they were froze. This shouldn't be an issue for Chris. But this could be an issue.
Yeah. That was what he didn't want to happen. He's already got a plan though.
I don't think this is going to hold him. 5 ball is pretty rough from here. You go around, try to go around the table. Like, he's taking a minute to shoot this. Or do you just, like, shoot it kind of soft and the cue ball rolls up by the 7 and just take a long cut? Or do you risk trying to go around the table when you have the 6, 9, and 7 all potentially you could run into?
You know, that's a good question.
I think if he hits the bottom side rail, I think he's fine on trying to come around. That 6 ball is so big. As good as he shoots, I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of slow rolls it. But it looks like he's winding up with a lot of top left. He hits the 9, but he still ends up getting down here for the 5.
Good shot.
So on the 1 ball, Skyler had scratched on this side. Well, Chris is definitely going to kick himself for not capitalizing on that ball. And Skyler is going to take a 5-2 lead. You get ball in hand, against Skyler. Not saying that it was an easy run out. Yeah, table's not straight. It's a shame that we don't have these guys mic'd to where we can hear them.
You know what?
That's in the works.
Right?
The Dan Cup has been a big success. That might be something we can add to.
So 5-2, Sky Woodward over Chris Austin. Chris is breaking right now. These guys are fired up. Let's see what happens. There's the wind up.
Let's see. Let's keep an eye on the 5.
You know, the 2 shot in. You watched the 5. I watched the 2. The 2 went in and rattled out of the pocket. What happened?
Was that the other ring? Was that the other wing ball?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's hard. It's hard to watch some of these guys, make wing balls and stuff. But dude, there's times when I watch Chris play when he just racks and then just crushes them from like the middle. Sometimes you just gotta abandon all this other stuff. Just go with, Ooh, he hangs up the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Will he get away with it? 6 ball. It looks like the 6 is blocking it.
It does.
He has what looks like a quarter ball jump, maybe. I think he has to jump this, to be honest. I think I jumped this before I kick at it.
He's looking at the kick.
Does Chris jump? Does he have a jump cue?
I don't know.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I've ever seen Chris jump.
We're probably getting ready to find out if Chris jumps or not jumps, or if he has a jump cue. And there's plenty of people here with a jump cue, but
while he looks this 1 ball over, whichever one of these players loses and gets 3rd, where should they go to file their taxes on their winnings?
That's easy, Derek. They should go to Premier Tax Solutions. Locally owned, local business here in Evansville.
I think he'll take any client, no matter the refund size.
No matter how big or how small. Eric Canary. He can do it all.
I think he'll look at someone with huge tax issues as opposed to just 3rd place winnings. I think, he's going for the mass save.
Eric Canary's company, Premier Tax Solutions. I mean, they've got the most intelligent staff around.
I'm okay. I'll sign up on that. They're top of the line.
So Chris
Went for the
Massade got a good hit. This is what he's left Sky.
One thing about the Massey there, if he makes it, he makes the Dan Cup top 10 shots of the day. But indeed, he missed, and he leaves Skyler as safety. Yes, he's playing safe here, but I'm not sure he is hit it hard. So he's looking for the make. I almost would play safe back. I think it's not hard to bank the 1 ball and leave the cue ball on the. What ball is that? The 6?
Yes, that's the 6.
I mean, you could almost take a free swing at the 1-9 and just kind of like try to get the cue ball in the 6. But it looks like he's maybe. I can't imagine him cutting.
He may be trying to kick the one back in the side.
No chance. Dan, are you drunk?
Look at that.
That was a great shot, but how it was going to be impossible to get a shot anyway. Unless he's on the 3 ball. Is he on the 3?
Well,
or the 2?
I think he just rolled the 2 in.
Oh, okay. So he's on the 3.
The two came. The cue ball hit the 2 and rolled it in, I believe.
Man,
so now he's on a 3.
That's another thing with playing someone that's Skyler's caliber.
I
These runouts, not only
maybe not. You know, some of these balls are hard for us to tell.
This is the 4. He's on the 3 ball.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, not only is this run out hard, but knowing that you're down 5-2 to a top 3 American player. Some people might say he's the best. Some say second best. You know, it's a carousel of the top 3, in my opinion. It makes this run out probably 3 times harder than what it normally is.
Absolutely.
I don't see where he can comfortably get to for the 4. Like, do you try to land right next to the 5?
You know, I think you really have to. Is he going to try to draw us back past that pocket? No, he knew that was a little too
he goes
risky.
for the window, and I'm not sure he's there. Dan, you have the brush? No, not that one. You got to use this one, the overhead. Now on Dan's angle, it looks like it goes. Let's try a different one. Oh, this is gonna be close.
Yeah. From here, I can't tell, but we're gonna find out.
The way he's looking around, I'm assuming that he's gonna try to play safe, but I don't see a really good safe. And while he looks at this, then the finals will be a true double elimination, and the winner of that match will be the winner of the Dan Cup, and they also should go see Premier Tax Solutions with their win.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if he's just mentally talked to himself there.
Well, the ball went straight in, and that was
Sure
pretty
did.
good shapes on the 4 or the 5. That's
I
the
think
5
he's on
next.
the 5.
Good shot. The 6 could be a little tricky. It's so weird. Shots that I think he should take some time on, he's not. And then other shots that look like they're hangers, he's taking a lot of time with. That was a pretty good shot there.
Yeah, he
also.
got on this side so he doesn't have to play with that combo. He wanted to be on that side to pop that in, and then he's got the 7, 8, 9.
Got a little funny here,
Mm-hmm.
but he's just going to hop right down and shoot. He can use a little high here and avoid the side pocket. Should be above the side pocket. Good shot. Chris Austin going down without a fight with this make of the 9 ball. Ooh, rattled it. Shortens the gap to 2 games. 5-3. Sky Woodward with Sky break.
And that was a good out by Chris Austin.
It's a gut check. Haley would like to know how the Braille monitor is going.
It's okay. It works most of the time. You get a little nacho cheese on it, and it confuses me sometimes on the balls.
I'm trying to keep it clean.
Got a little messy in here today.
So we got Skyler to break, and I like to keep an eye on the wing ball. So with that side he's breaking on, I'm looking at the 2. 2 goes straight in. Now, if he can keep this break going,
Ooh.
think we're in for a pretty good final if he makes it.
A little bit of bad luck right there.
He made a ball. He's still at the table. He's good at these. He's good at everything, to be honest. His push-outs, his kicks, all of that. So, looks like he could see a piece of the one, maybe. He might be crossing it. Comes up just a hair.
Bonus ball.
Makes the 3.
Does he go for this? Does he go for this cut?
I think so. What's the next ball? The 5? 5. No, the 4 is next. The 4 is kind of out in the open, so I don't see why not going for it. And he plays defense here. I mean, that's nice that he's showing Chris some respect to where he feels like he plays some safeties here and there instead of completely going all-out offense. Let's see if Chris can get the cue ball behind the 8. This is a touchy shot, man. I was going to say, I'm going to be real surprised if he just hops up there. I don't like just putting the 1 on the side rail and leaving him a bank like he did earlier. Like, I do think he has to kind of try some kind of safe. And I don't mind the safe behind the 8, but that's going to be real tricky. I don't think the 1 will come up table enough to do that shot. It looks like he might be banking it up behind the 8 and trying to get the cue ball back here behind these 3 balls. Well, he went with the double kiss, leave it in front of the pocket safe, which is a common safe.
I've used those before.
Well, yeah, it's in my.
Usually, the last time I did it didn't work out for me.
Well, in my book of safeties, usually this is the outcome. It's hard to judge where the ball's going when you double kiss it, so.
It really is.
We'll see if Sky can capitalize on the safe left by Chris. I don't think the 5 is an issue. I think it goes clean. With the 7 there, the 5 to the 6, it might be a small issue. But if he gets where he's pointing a stick, he can just draw it straight back. But if he has any angle at all, that 7's going to be a problem.
But as long as he just makes all these balls, I don't think there's an issue.
That's usually the name of the game. Let's see if he gets where he was pointing. It looks like he's pretty straight.
I think that's pretty good.
He's just going to yank this ball straight back. Great shot. Doesn't want to be straight, but it looks like he has enough angle to kind of pop this over. Or he might be following it.
It's a touchy shot, though.
Yeah, he threw it straight.
But he hits it perfect.
Yeah, Chris is...
And, I say some of these are touchy shots. They're touchy for me. Not for this guy.
Goes for the 3-rail shape. Comes up a hair short, but a pretty easy shot for him. Skyler, Woodward, Chiz. The hill first.
6-3, Sky Woodward
And
against Chris Austin.
The thing about this that will probably torment Chris in his own mind is that he's had chances.
Absolutely.
Like if he executes a few shots here and there this set could easily be like 5-4 Chris or Skyler's favor. But the unfortunate thing, man, you're You're playing an opponent that you can't make mistakes against. You have to play perfect. I'm not really so sure that someone in the chat mentioned that that was a boneheaded mistake. I mean, the double kiss safety is very, very touchy.
Sometimes you don't know whether to cue high or low on those.
Or sometimes you might want to, cue left or right. Chris almost scratches, does not. Now, your opponent, who is one of the best players on the planet, is on the hill, and then
you have a 2-9.
But that doesn't go.
Not a great shot.
I don't think it goes. I think the 6 is in the way.
I
But you
think
got to
you're right.
shoot it. It might go off the 6.
Yeah. I mean, either way, your opponent is one of the best players in the world, and he's on the hill.
Well, here's the only issue I see. He back cuts the 1 into the pocket. But
Correct.
if he hits any piece of this 5, that corner pocket is huge for a scratch. So right now he keeps looking at the 2-9. I would be focusing just straight 1 ball. Because it's not going to come down on the other half of the table. I'm terrified of the scratch, to be honest. I might play the bank to avoid it. Looks like he's cutting it into the corner, which might not be too bad. Or he's playing safe the whole way. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a safety the whole way. And he looks like he has hooked Skyler. Skyler's going for a shot.
Yeah, the other view I had, it did not look like that cue ball was back there, but apparently it is. Oh, and this guy kicks the 5 ball in.
Like it was a hanger.
Mm-hmm.
And with where the 2 ball is, I think this is
Safety, you think?
straight safety. A lot of people will say, well, not a lot of people. Some people might think, Skyler's really good at bank. Why not go for that? There's no possible shot on the 2 there, so you just want to get ball in hand.
And he wanted that cue ball to roll up, not move that 7 out of the way. So, it makes this an easier shot.
While Chris looks at this table, let's give a shout out to Premier Tax Solutions, Bob's Lounge, and On Cue Broadcast.
That's right, On Cue. Bringing you this stream. You guys already know that. You're on the webpage or you're somebody's page. Got it shared. Why don't you guys share it right now?
I made a mistake. I thought Chris was going to take longer. He got down and kicked it in, and he has a shot on the 2. I mean, he could see it, but I don't understand. I'm not sure what he's going to play here. I don't know if he can bank it out and then take the cue ball underneath the 7-9. Oh, he's going straight safe. Chris will ask somebody to watch this hit. Dan, go ahead.
Well, the tournament director is sitting in the audience, and we're going to let him.
Now, here's what I have a question. A lot of people, when they watch the hit, what is the purpose of putting their hands behind their back? Does that make you see the shot a little better?
I think what you're doing is it's just courtesy to the players. Since you're standing there, you don't want any hand swinging movements or anything that distract their eye. So
you can't just put them in your pockets or down at your side. A lot of times I see the hands behind the back. These are things that a lot of people do not want to talk about, but I'm bringing them up.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think it's just a courtesy thing. So, you're trying not to distract the player. You're already standing there. So
I don't think it would really bother. Like, if I go to shoot and the guy has his hands straight up in the air, I might stop and be like, dude, why are your arms straight up in the air? But... And,
I think that's maybe more of an American thing. I'm not for sure they follow those rules in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, they might do the Macarena while they're watching a hit. Well, the 3 ball looks like it's in the way of a 1-rail kick. Now, what would happen if somehow Skyler could completely tie up this 2 ball? Would it just be a stalemate? And then who would win the break? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if somehow this 2 ball got blocked in by the 7-9 to where he, with ball in hand, he could not touch it. I wonder how they would play that out.
You would, I think, try to jump and land on top of the 2 ball.
Who would want to do that first? They're not playing 3 foul. So if you had ball in hand, you would risk jumping.
You would continue to put balls up into that until someone found a way to.
But I'm not sure who would end up getting the break from that. The person that broke originally, probably. So if you're Chris, you don't want it to come to that. Because I feel like if he moves one of these, he can move it to where you cannot get the cue ball in there and do anything with it. So Skyler with a
Skyler with a miscue, he called.
Yeah, see, that's unfortunate. You know, he really needs to chalk up from now on. Maybe I have a tip tool he could borrow. Like, I'm not sure.
You know, I'm looking at the 2-9 in the other corner.
If he could somehow play safe with it, I like the 2-9 also.
Well, I think if he stops the cue ball, the 2
will
goes into the
follow
9.
it.
Yeah, and then comes over and probably back out.
I think he's got a free swing at this if he can keep the cue ball behind the 7. With them not playing free foul, there was no real penalty for Skyler giving the ball in hand.
Absolutely not.
Well, now, what about if Chris right there just shot the 4 ball straight up without using the cue ball? Did he just put it back? Now he's going for the shot. Oh, he's playing safe. Okay, good shot. I thought he was shooting it up table. Skyler is big favorite to make a good hit here. Now let's just see where the balls lay afterward. He's going to hit this with some speed. I jinxed him.
Yes, you did, Derek.
Sorry.
Yes, you did. Put the jinx in.
Chris with the ball in hand.
You know, these balls are all open.
But still, it doesn't matter if you're playing Skyler or playing anybody. You're in a tournament, your opponent's on the hill, you're on free. Ball in hand with an open table still feels, you know, rough. None of these shots are going to feel easy.
No, and you can see that right now already.
I don't like going
He's
forward
slowing down
here.
a little bit and looking at these balls.
He's going to go forward. I like drawing it, but it looks like he gets a pretty...
I think he's more comfortable with that forward control.
Yeah. It's a good shot there to get straight on the 7. Chris is playing well. It's just, like I said, it's just a couple of mistakes he made and allowed Skyler to get to the hill. Good shot on the 8 and straight in on the 9. Takes Chris Austin to 4 games. Looks like Skyler's breaking.
So this is huge for Sky right here. I mean, it's his break. He pockets a wing ball.
Are you about to start?
We're not going to... We may not.
No, you're
This could possibly be the last game in this set. I know there's a lot of people rooting right now for Sky to break this and get out.
see where the 4 ball
If
goes.
he snaps this right here, I mean, that would be huge. The crowd would go wild.
I don't know if they'll go wild. They might still sit there and stay silent. The 1 ball is blocked, but he'll come with a good shot.
And again, the elusive 1 ball right now at this point. I mean, he's pocketing balls. He's spreading balls out. Just very unfortunate he does not have a straight-in shot on this 1 ball.
But he's at the table, so better than breaking dry. They're chatting about turning stone. Looks like we're gonna get a push out. I wonder if that'd be funny if you pushed out into that.
And Sky
same
likes
long
this. Sky's
shot.
pushed several times this way to the opposite end of the table.
Skyler, I'm imagining if he gets this back, we'll just do like kick and stick. Like try to keep the cue ball down there, and the one ball hits the side rail and bottom rail down there by the net.
I saw this earlier, and although that looks like the one you can't make it, this is almost exactly the shot he gave Chris Austin earlier in the push, and Sky stepped back to the table when Austin handed it back and drills this one ball.
It wasn't quite like this. This ball here was like down here some. It wasn't this close. If he can see any of the one, he definitely needs to shoot. Looks like he's going to think about it. He passes it back. He just doesn't like it. I like the kick behind.
And he may do that.
Leave the cue ball down there, have the two rails. You don't want it close to the 9, though. Chris could slap in the 9 ball. He kicks behind it, goes side rail, bottom rail.
Good shot. This guy probably had that plan the entire time. I mean, he's not just going to push yeah. I mean,
it's not random.
Yeah.
But Chris is...
and I'm really surprised Chris didn't take that and try that exact same shot.
Also, I'm surprised he keeps Matt saying. Does he not? I'm just guessing he does not jump. He doesn't have a jump cue.
I'm not for sure. Oh, he does have a jump cue, I'm being told.
Because I like jumping... All right, with this angle, I like jumping onto the top of the 1 and then maybe playing the cue ball into the 9. He's going for the combo by using a masse shot, which I think it's like so low percentage. You jump this ball, a lot of good things can happen. This masse shot, I don't know, I don't like it. What I imagine happening if he goes for the masse, he curves it too much and misses the whole 1. I don't like kicking at it either. I mean, he only needs to clear like not even half of the ball, so you could almost jump it with your full. I hate the kick here. Like Chris is 10 times better than I am, and this is just my opinion, but I do not like the kick, and I don't like the masse. I would rather kick under the 1 before I do this. We'll see how it comes.
He may be kicking under the 1.
No, he's masseing. Oh, he pulled up. I like kicking under. Hold on, let me give you a different one.
He may be trying to load up on that and come.
That's what I mean. I don't mind kicking under it. Like, that's an okay shot for me. That's a better option, in my opinion, than the masse and the kick. The masse and kick are just no bueno.
Well, this is definitely
Yeah, we have we might have to
we've got 2.5 minutes left on this stream. Anybody watching? We've got a new one queued up.
Like, as soon as he was left this, we should have done the restart.
Yeah, we probably should have restarted the stream.
So we'll have 2 minutes here. Maybe Chris makes the 9 here.
2 minutes exactly.
God, I just don't see how you can make the 9 with the masse.
He was loading that up.
And he looks like he gets safe. But Sky can see the left. Sky can see the left side of the 1, but I don't see how you avoid the scratch. So he might be kicking it.
That was a really good shot by Chris.
He put a lot of thought into it. So in
Steve Pat's in here. We've got everything queued up. We just we probably should have started.
We're just gonna let it run down to the 4-hour mark. Pat might be restarting now.
So guys, we're gonna restart now. So you guys are gonna lose this stream.
Just make sure you keep refreshing really quickly. We'll get it right back
on queue on Facebook.
Hopefully, we're back before the end of the stretch. We're going to do our best. Oh, sorry. Oh no, that was such a good shot for everyone to miss.
Are we up?
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're back. So Sky kicked that one ball in the side
And he had shape on the
to get out.
Yeah, I think there's a handful of people saw the shot, so we're good. And anyone that missed it, the stream did capture it. So all you get, like, when the tournament's over, if you really want to see it, it won't be an issue to just go back, scoot the slider. You don't have to move the slider. It's the very first shot, the very first second of this latest stream. And Skyler looks like he will reach the finals after he pockets this 9-ball. And that's the match. And let's see if Chris...
And we've got some applause out here.
Chris seems like he's a gracious loser and gives him a knuckle bump.
And Skyler gave him a little respect there. I mean, Chris is a good player. Sky takes the win. 7-4 over Chris Austin and goes on. We restarted it. Yeah. We were actually talking on the stream and told everyone, but we probably should have made a comment too for people that are just watching, not hearing the audible. So the next match is
the
what do you think
of the Dan
What do you think? Do they split? I mean, Calcutta.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure, but just for like audience sake, I really hope they decide to play it.
Sky Woodward, Fedor Gorst.
A lot of people have sacrificed their Sundays to watch these top dogs battle it out.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm getting ready to sacrifice.
No, you're staying put.
For a break.
What? No break, dude. Daniel's leaving. Go see if there's any bad words being spoken by Chris and report back, please. I know earlier. Oh, hold on. Fedor Gorst has his coat on. It doesn't look like he's removing it. For audience sake, like I said, whatever they decide to do with the money, fine. But it's really a shame if they don't play at least one set. I think it's being split, guys. I hope I'm wrong. He kicked it. I'm not necessarily. I don't know if he really got lucky. He didn't slam it really hard, but he kicked at it and made it. Kicked it into the side pocket. Deborah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure that they are not playing. I do not know, so, I know they just gave Chris his portion, but I'm keeping an eye out. I'm looking.
First, we're back up to Skyler and
Fedor. What is this, like the rental property place in Evansville?
Folks, if you want something to eat, this will be your last chance to get some food.
Well, good news. I think they're going to play. Mickey's announcing as if they are playing. I know that I am a part of the 17-man corporation that pulled in their money to purchase Skyler in the Calcutta. I am not for the split. That's so un-American. We cannot let him come in here into our house and beat Skyler, you know? Sherry, Shari, I'll back Sky against any of you hater Baysayers. I don't know if there's been one person in the stream that has hated on Sky, so what exactly are you talking about? Sean Mitchell, I was just kidding. If they decide not to play, I might be able to have Dan Field play. So they're not playing at all? Oh no, bad guys. Bad news, bad news. I have just been informed that they are not playing it out. How am I being arrogant? Okay. I will say this. Fedor Gorst is lucky that Sky is going to split with him. I mean, I was feeling a double dip the whole way. Thank you, Deborah. Matter of fact, I may have seen Fedor Gorst begging Sky to split, and Skyler wouldn't do it. But everyone was like, you guys are friends. Don't let this tear your friendship apart. Skyler's ready. But I think they're going with the split. There is no final match, Corey Grant. It is over. There's a bunch of woofing going on, but it's nonsense, like all woofing is most of the time. I know. Oh, someone will give it, relay it. Monica Kemp, do you really not want to see these guys play anymore just because they're not playing it out today? Like, don't make decisions on anger. Like, when you wake up tomorrow morning, you might think, it's okay that they split. I would like to see those two young men play again at the pub in Evansville, Indiana. Yeah, I think all of the Calcutta people involved with Fedor's side and Skyler's side were okay with the split. I will say for myself, I was one of the 17 that went in on a pool to buy Skyler. I am not okay with it. But I've been overruled and outvoted. I will say this. Maybe you guys can just... This isn't going to be a very good consolation, but if you can maybe just rewatch their match from earlier and just act like that was the championship match. but they're pals. I can understand the split. Like, there's a lot of times here in Evansville, whenever there's two Owensboro guys at the end, like Brad Hutchins or like Mike Friend, like when those guys get to the final two, they split every time. It sucks for us, the viewer and the fan, that they're deciding to split, but it's part of it. And I'm pretty sure Fedor would have split with Chris Austin had he made the finals. Or maybe not. They are definitely pros. I am glad that they have decided to grace us with their presence. I didn't find out until like 3 or 4 days ago that Fedor Gorst was going to be here, and it was completely random to me. I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Be like if Josh Filler showed up to play. But I know that Fedor Gorst and the Sword Brothers have a pretty good relationship, and the Sword Brothers live fairly close to Evansville. Chris for sure would have played out the final match. Chris could have been playing against like early 80s Keith McCready and had to double dip him, and McCready offered Chris a split and Chris would want to play it out. But the main reason Chris wants to play it out, because usually someone else is putting up every single cent of like his entry fee, Calcutta, and all that. And really it shouldn't be Chris's decision, but he because he wants to take the free roll at making more money, so he 100% every single time wants to play it out. I've never seen Chris split. Too bad Kyle Hargis isn't here. I feel like there's a lot of people here that wouldn't mind playing. The corporation is splitting up Skyler's Inn. And here's my song again. They've played this song 50 times, but it's the jam. If anyone can hear it and knows the name of this song, let me know. Between all 17 of us. If you could grab my piece. I know that, hold on. These guys are pretty much neck and neck, and I like Sky's game, and I like him as a person, but I would say that hold on, my piece of the Calcutta's coming, and why are we splitting? Like, why wasn't my opinion asked? I am not for the split. Why are they not playing? Well, all right, hold on. All right, sorry. I forgot to turn my mic down. You guys might have heard me, get out of line. Danny Crabtree. Right now, I don't think there is any action. But if there is any, I will try to see if they'll play on the TV table. But I think everyone's, like, packing up and leaving. Deborah, you heard me go off. I'm confident Skyler could double dip. Like, I am very upset. I know that my voice doesn't matter in the Calcutta pool that we strung together all this money, but, you know, they just, my voice, it doesn't matter, I guess. I really should be muting my mic instead of just yelling like that. Kyle Hargis, this is Derek Bivens, the guy that you beat playing one pocket like a dog. No, I think if Skyler and Fedor played 100 times, like, they could end up tied 50-50. Like, it's not... I mean, I think that's a fact, but, you know, really it's an opinion. If either one of those guys lost to the other, they wouldn't hang their head low about it. Yeah, it's on the screen because I thought they were going to play, but if it's confusing anyone, I guess I'll switch to this. Now, we're going to watch, maybe I can talk Chris Austin into practicing. You guys good at watching that? Oh, it's explaining what happened when he got into it with Skyler. Or, I mean, you guys might hate this, but I can get him in here, and he will absolutely talk your guys' heads off. But I just feel like there's some of you guys in the chat would be pretty mean, and it's a new year. We need to stop being mean to people, regardless of how slow they play, how unethical some of their moves are by maybe playing slow or having checking a rack. But I think it would be funny if I got him in here and said, hey, man, what happened out there? But he would go off on like a 2-hour rant, and I don't think you guys really want to hear what all he has to say. If I do get him in here, I'm not letting him read the chat. And then no, it's not a good idea, man, because there's going to be some wackos in the chat that see him, that are some, like, crazed Skyler fans that'll see Chris out in public and be like, hey, man, Skyler doesn't cheat, and just, like, haul off and punch Chris. And I like Chris. Chris is an alright guy, man. He's just a, no, I'm not even going to say a sore loser. He's just a bad loser at times. He has a trouble just accepting losing. He's just too much of a competitor. See, I mean, Ronnie, you're commenting that he can't read. Like, all this is mean stuff. He might go back and see all this. Like, it's just not nice to be mean to them, regardless if you don't like them or not. They're all, like, chit-chatting, walking around, and I think Skyler has left, or he's about to leave. He looks bundled up in a big coat close to the door. I know, man. Like, that's the same thing. Like Sky would make light of it, but I just don't. I don't want him saying anything bad that could potentially jeopardize. I know he has like a lot of sponsorship stuff and whatnot, and I know that he can get in here and start talking shit, and I just, like I said, man, it's just not a good look. We need to just let it go. Only thing that was kind of funny is that Chris said something about Skyler coming up to Cleveland, and there's guys that will play him. And like, Cleveland? Like, where does that even come from? What makes you say Cleveland? He didn't say the Philippines or Asia. He said Cleveland. Like, is there a bunch of undercover champions in Cleveland right now? Scooter lives in Cleveland. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure Skyler can beat him. No, the tournament is over, and it looks like they're trying. I think the people that have been running the tournament are ready to leave, so I don't think they're unless some crazy action match were to take place, I think they're trying to like encourage people to go home. And yeah, so I'm gonna let Pat get started, and thanks everyone for watching. He's gonna stop the stream. Oh crap! They're